Football is a wonderful game, but some of its highlights are just too emotional. Now, you see, I have to start on a low note, dude, with one of Venicia Junior's saddest days. Vinny and his R Madrid colleagues were playing an away game against Valencia a few weeks ago when tragedy struck. Vinny touched the ball every time. Welcome back to another exciting video from SUPERINFOHIVE. Today's video is about most emotional and beautiful moments in football. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. The home crowd was attempting to get inside his brain. He was entirely preoccupied with his game, until they decided to do something so insane that the entire globe was taken aback. Vinny couldn't keep it together for long. That's a travesty and a terrible day for football, man. Vinny was even expelled. And watching my son in tears is heartbreaking. Racist slurs on Vinny will result in a lifetime suspension from stadiums. I mean, the last time I saw a Brazilian cry like that was in 2014, when Germany gave him 7 reasons to forget 2014. Brazil faced Germany in the World Cup semifinals on home soil. They had the backing of the entire country. And the stadium was full despite the absence of their marquee players, Neymar and Thiago Silva. But they had a chance with the supporters on their side. At least, that was their assumption. Until the Germans loaded their RPGs and went on the offensive. 5-0 before the half? Awful, guys. During halftime, German coach Joachim Low had to advise his team to relax. Andre Skirl, on the other hand, went to the toilet and missed the instructions. So the man popped 2 more in the second half and smacked Brazil for 7. The Brazilian supporters couldn't stop crying, guy. It's the same as the captain on the pitch. I haven't seen so many people cry since Francesco Totti's retirement. For Roma supporters, 2017 was a memorable year. With only a few games remaining until the end of the season, Francesco Totti, a club legend, appeared to make a major announcement. This will be my final season. I've decided to retire. And, true to his word, Totti retired on the final day of the season. Totti, for example, played for Roma for 30 years. He is the epitome of a one-club legend. That's stunning, man. I believe I have tears in my eyes. Or the gaze of Dalma Maradona. Dalma's father, Diego Maradona, was a football legend. He won 1 World Cup and created one of the most memorable World Cup moments in history. However, Maradona died of a heart attack in 2020 after being admitted for a lengthy time. The news shook the hearts of football lovers all across the world, and his hometown, Boca Juniors, offered the ultimate tribute. Maradona had a specific seat where he and Dalma sat to watch sports, and this was the first time in her life she'd gone to a game without her father. Devastating. But, hey, she knows her father won't be alone now because, after reading the news late last year, she discovered he'd be playing football with his closest friend in the sky. Pelé is the game's monarch, 3 World Cups, almost 1,000 career goals, and insane abilities. Brazil decided to proclaim him a national treasure once he retired. Literally, Pelé was adored by many people throughout the world, including one of the world's most famous ballers. However, his health deteriorated late last year, and his daughter shared this heartfelt snapshot of them in the hospital. The entire world realized at this moment that Pelé didn't have much time left, and on December 29th, the king became everlasting. On the plus side, heaven's first 11 must be completely stacked. A number of ballers have dropped out of the game. But everyone's heart goes out to this legend, who was leaving in 2018. Andres Iniesta had a fantastic career. Apart from forming a great midfield tandem with Xavi, Iniesta scored the sole goal in Spain's World Cup victory in 2010. But as the years passed, Iniesta realized that he needed to step aside at Barcelona to allow the next generation to shine. As a result, he announced his retirement in 2018. During his farewell game, the cameras caught one more sight of the Spanish wizard. If you thought Iniesta's departure was unbearable, you might need a bucket, guy, because this following guy's exit was a global calamity. Everyone knows Lionel Messi played for Barcelona, guy. That's the way it is. For a long period, it appeared that Messi would retire from Barcelona. However, the club's finances collapsed in 2021. That is when the unthinkable occurred. They needed more funds to register players. Messi, meanwhile, became a free agent. The finest clubs from across the world surged in to sign Leo. And after PSG won the lottery and signed Messi, it was time for him to say his final farewell. My heart had just broken. But not every moment on this page is depressing. Have you seen this next guy? It all comes down to respect. Paulo Di Canio arguably has more fights on the pitch than goals, but in 2000, Paulo demonstrated that he is a true gentleman. Paulo was representing West Ham in a match versus Everton when tragedy struck. Everton's custodian collided with a West Ham player far from his goal, and when the ball was transferred to Paulo, all he had to do was score for West Ham to win. But Paulo had a different goal in mind. The Everton fans were ecstatic by what Paulo Di Canio had done and couldn't stop applauding. Rival fans applauding their opponent? That is the story of Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo was going through a difficult period in his life at the start of 2022. He and his girlfriend Georgina were expecting twins. However, only one of them survived childbirth. Ronaldo and Georgina were devastated by the news. He was unable to travel to Liverpool for United's next game. But the Liverpool fans were willing to put their disagreements aside and remind Ronaldo that certain things are simply greater than sport. That is very unique. Or maybe they just pulled a page out of the Euro 2022 playbook, guy. After the reaction of the crowd, it brought a player back to life. In the first game, Denmark faced Finland. Danish supporters had high expectations for their captain, Christian Eriksen. The weight of expectation, however, appeared to be far too much for Eriksen. Because tragedy happened with just a few minutes until halftime. The entire stadium was stunned. Eriksen had suffered a heart attack and died when his wife and children arrived on the pitch. She discovered her husband dead. She was in tears, but her supporters would not give up. As soon as the medics and the players arrived, they began cheering Eriksen on, and in a miracle turn of events, he came back to life. Eriksen thanked them for their support in an Instagram post. Beautiful. But I'm not sure Eriksen would want to see this following tape. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.